bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Down, down, da, doom. Do 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 do. Hey! Boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey! Boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey! What's going on, Creative Collective? Hope you're having a fantastic, awesome, super supportive, spiritual, saturated, soaking in that beautiful moon energy Sunday. Man, it's the holiday season. So holiday seasons, for a lot of people, you have a lot of people getting married, getting engaged. You have a lot of birth announcements. Um, you have a lot of different things happening, right? Like always, we want to start off. We bring Atlas out. Again, made by the amazing Autumn over there at Journey There Wands. Make sure you go see her. We'll bring Atlas out. If you have any worries, you have any troubles, you have any problems, I want you to come in. We'll say, hey, Atlas Energy, I want you to take that. I want you to be my world holder for a little bit, right? I want you to be my world holder for a little bit. Remember, I am not afraid of the storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. I don't know who said that, but it is a great quote. I keep it on my desk here, right? Maybe it's Louise May Alcott. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's who said it. I'm not sure. But I am not afraid of storm, for I am learning how to sail my ship. And that's how we have to look at dealing with the holidays. The holidays are hard. They're not easy by any stretch of the imagination. They are very difficult for so many people. And we have to realize that as we are beginning, pause, guys. Hold on one second. I was trying to see who was on. We got 3 people on. So 3 times a lady. Who's watching? We got 2 people. 2 times a man. 1 times a champion. Welcome to Suits, my friend. Welcome to the Wolf and Bear Den. Welcome to Trinity Station. Welcome to Sundays with Suits. That's me. That's him. All right. So the holidays, a lot of times we'll feel like we have a monkey on our back. You got monkey right here, right? Monkey is reading half of a book that's actually broke. And I was like, oh no, it broke. I was so upset. I found this on the side of the road. It was a lamp. And I was like, I love this. I didn't like the lamp because I knew my wife, Virginia, would never in a million years be put this monkey lamp in my house. And I understand it's not for everybody. That's why it's in my office. But when the book broke, I was like, oh, here it is. We only sometimes see half the story. The holidays, people, they start talking about the times, right? If you have not seen Spider-Man yet, join the club. But go see Spider-Man. Go see Spider-Man. I'm going to see it on Wednesday with my wife. I can't wait. I'm really excited about it. I might go see it in IMAX. My first IMAX experience. When we have those first, right? Those first experience, but like, oh yeah, first time experience. A lot of people are having a first time this year. First time getting back with the family after COVID. First time being a newly married couple. First time being in a new house. First time being substantially independent of everyone else. The first. A lot of firsts are going on. I think when we work with dealing with those first, we have to learn how to embrace. I've been hearing this word a lot: embrace the suck. And I know it's a military term, and I don't want to. I don't want to shake, rattle, and roll it, as I call it. I don't want to say something wrong And what it means to me, though, what it means is you're embracing that it's happening, the world. You're embracing it that, hey, this is hello, Anne Marie Young. So I want to show you something, Anne Marie Young. I was on my phone today. Or what? Hold on. Let me make sure my voice doesn't come up. Let me put myself on silent. Okay. 1 second, Anne Marie Young. And I saw this and I knew you would appreciate it. Won't know if you can see it, but do you see what those are? Those are polar bears. Polar bears already coming into our thing today. Look at that, polar bears. Polar bears. I'll put it on my Facebook page so you can see it. For polar bears, doors and windows. So as we are dealing with the holidays, we're dealing with breaking in and understanding how to either, we're starting those first. It could be first time I don't have my whole family with me. That's a really hard one. I have a couple of friends who are going through that right now. Uh, First time my whole family's back together. Like I said, like after COVID. Um, First time I was able to buy all my gifts with, that I bought them. I didn't have anybody help, and I bought them. Since all ages watch this. First time I was sober for the holidays, right? Some people say, "Well, I can't be sober during the holidays. Not a thing, not a thing, not a thing." Some people say that. I don't drink, so I don't know about that. But first time, and so a lot of times we will feel during this time when we're supposed to be sharing the abundance of love and light and happiness and hope and salvation, depending all of these. There's so many different holidays. You have Hanukkah in here, you have Christmas, you have everything. And I should have done more research and looked it up, and I didn't. And that's on me. That's human error, as we call it in my other line of business, human error. But I just want to talk about how we as a people come together and look and say, hey, what is what how do we look at the holidays, right? I've always thought about holidays, and when I see holidays, I'm like whole, right? And not like it says holiday, right? Let's break the word down. Now watch me spell it wrong. That'd be hilarious. Live at the Wolf Bear Den at Trinity Station on the 8th episode of Working with Spirit during strange times. That's a good. Do you hear what I hear? Da da da. Every paranormal investigator wants to say that, but does not want to ruin the investigation. Right? I thought about that the earlier today when I did my generator little meme. I'm doing all these little memes now, little pictures. But really, and you say that too the first time. Did you feel what I feel? Right after that first time, when you've had your first, be it the first time you got wasted, the first time you made love to the person that you knew you can spend the rest of your life with, the first time that you got that big check, right? Those first, and then these holiday seasons, a lot of times, you'll get. I have my son, right? This is really going to be his real first Christmas, and I was like, I want him to have the Christmas that I used to have, and then my wife, in her infinite wisdom, was like, he's going to be one. We have a whole lot more years to do that. I was blessed that my family. I came from a very big family, and spoiled me rotten. Right, spoiled me rotten. I had a brother who would like always get me like cool electronic like toys and stuff. One year he got me a boat. Uh, One year I got the bridge of the Enterprise, which was almost damn near impossible to find. If I had that now, I'd probably have a lot of money. So if you have toys out there that you can't find, that you know that you're going to be worth money, you might want to save them. You might want to save them. God, if I had that Enterprise right now, it'd be amazing. But anyway, so we want to open the doors and windows this holiday season. We want to open the doors of the hearts and minds and souls of everyone. We want to, maybe we want to be that atlas for somebody. Even if they say they just lost somebody, right? It's really raw. I know when I lost my pops, and like I've said this before, I don't even remember that holiday season much. Like that it would right when I lost my kitty cat. I don't, uh, boom. We can't trivialize people's losses. You know, oh, you lost this, you lost that. Yeah, I did. I did lose that. And it sucked. It really sucked. Uh, and then you hear somebody, uh, lost their, you know, mom or dad or aunt or uncle, brother or sister or significant other, and that's when it gets really. You're like, ooh. But loss is loss. Loss is loss, and we have to learn. That's why I got this new skull this week, and Christmas present to me. I want you to look at that. Tell me that's not cool as anything else, right? I have a colleague, and I said I'm never gonna collect skulls. He was collecting skulls, and I was never gonna collect skulls. And now I just anytime I see a skull that I think's awesome, I just look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Right? Beautiful, beautiful skull. But I call him the yin yang because he's split down the middle. And I think a lot of times with our holiday seasons, we're split down the middle for a lot of people. We feel we want to feel happy, we want to celebrate, we want to be out there, like yay! But we also we're broken. So in these hard times, right? We find how do you find salvation? How do you find spirit? How do you find hope? How do you find love? How do you find happiness when you're pressed up against a rock and the rock is jabbing into your forehead and you're bleeding down your face and the blood's in your eye and you're like the fighter on the ground and you're trying to get up and you can't because you got the boot on your neck and you're just you feel like you can't and you're just looking and you can't even look up. You're just looking this way. You're like this and you're like and you're begging and you're pleading and you're tapping on the ring and you're like, come on, man, come on, let me get up, let me get up, let me get up, let me get up. That's when you work with that Ganesh frequency, right? Those obstacles. That's when you take that leg, right? You see this a lot in wrestling. I just love it so much. It's great in theater too as well. If you're ever directing and you have somebody and has to be down on the ground and you want levels, you have the person pull themselves up, right? A lot of people don't think they have the foot on the neck, right? That hurts, right? But you got these arms free, right? You're not cuffed, you're not tied, and that's what I want to talk about with this holiday season. You're not handcuffed and you're not tied. Now your voice, you might need to shut up, okay? You might not. You don't want to say that's not how Daddy would have wanted it. Ooh, okay. Let's take a step back. Let's just sit back like this, right? Take a little step back and observe, right? Recently, I was at a I had to make a executive decision in my life. I was doing this one job and I wasn't satisfied with what the workload was, right? What was being produced. And so I talked to my superiors. I said, "Hey, until this gets fixed, right? I cannot continue to do this because it's going to jeopardize the desired outcome. If you are not suited to be around people this holiday season, right? Don't go. Make some damn excuse up. I don't care. If you are not suited, and if people are like, well, you gotta be strong. You gotta pull on that leg. Well, yeah, you do. But also you have to respect that just because you believe they are ready to get out in public or private and celebrate, they might not be ready. It may be too much for them. A lot of empaths have this problem. We uh we feel like I call it shadow memory. They call it the SM because what happens is we're in that situation, right? We're feeling everybody's feelings, right? That's why I wear this. Hold on, my hematite, right? My hematite, my hematite, right? My shields, because there's so much going on with everybody else, and we didn't ask to be in tune. right? Even if you're an you might be an empath. There's some people who are empaths out there. That's why you have a lot of drinkers and druggers uh, and chasers because they don't know how to process dealing with everybody else's emotions. They have not been trained either privately or personally, right? And there's ways to do it. People say meditation. I still think that's one of the hardest things in the world. And I say if you can meditate, then you are like pew up here. Especially if you have ADD or something like that, and you're like, that's not a thing. So we'll pull some cards. It's the holiday season, so I thought about the divine abundance. So we all have beautiful abundance for the holiday season. Looking at holiday season, look at that word holiday, and you see whole, right? You see whole almost in there. You see HOL, and then you see I, right? And so you got to be aware of me. You got to be aware of having that mentality during the holiday season. It cannot, or it should not be about you. It is about everyone else. So I need to get me some of that. I have 99 problems, but only one is mine. Right. I mean, it's what we're looking at and what we're facing is something that when you start to feel everybody else's things, a lot of times this happens with young teens, and this is how young love can be misinterpreted, especially nowadays with social media and what those shadow memories of, or also memories of past lives. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I think a lot of people can get a lot of clarity, by understanding. Oh, I may have been in love with so and so in a past life, and I'm in that connection now, or someone like that, right? People have what I call a resounding energy. That RE, resounding energy. And those resounding energies are familiar energy. When we have those familiar energies, they may not be like you see Batman, right? Batman. Batman. You see Batman. Now, you look at Michael Keaton's Batman and then you look at Christian Bale's Batman. They're different, yet they are the same. So a lot of times, like young love, you'll see people and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm just in love. I'm in love, in love." And you'll people say, the smart people will say, "You're just in love with the idea of being in love," which is saying you are feeling those familiar energies, those similar energies, possibly from past life or something that your body knows that you're attracted to, right? Um, just think of that whole Batman comparison. The two Batmans, different but the same. So in the holiday season, we have to be aware that you may have a difference of opinion on things, right? But the core of it, let's say a Christmas tree, right? A Christmas tree symbolizes this, that, these, and those, right? I didn't have time to look at what Christmas tree symbolizes. Some people like white lights. Some people like colored, right? Some people like people who are reckless and wild abandoned and spontaneous. Other people like people who are more contained, more planned, more da 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 da. And I believe during the holiday season, a lot of times we become reckless abandoned. Even if we are planners, we want to be something else. Holiday seasons make us get in that fantasy mindset. They see on face like as great as social media is, right? As great as social media is, we as a people have become so enthralled with it, myself included. I'm guilty of this too, right? I'm guilty of this too. Um, that we start comparing our lives to everyone else's. Someone gets a new house. Every time someone gets a new house, I'm like, right? And you realize you have a great house. The house fits you, or a new car, or this happens a lot with women who are trying to get pregnant. I've heard they see people like, "Oh, I'm on my fourth or fifth kid," and this one person's been trying to have a kid for 3 years. you have to ask why during the holiday seasons. Why do you have your dad still here and I don't? Right? Why? So when we're in those tough places, we have to work with spirit. We have to work with those frequencies of energy. We have to look for the resounding energies, right? We have to look for those REs. We have to look for the familiar energies as well. We have to find ways to make our life sustainable. We don't want to be all crazy wild, And the holiday season, we need to be a little bit more contained. We do. So that you remember and so you start to build on those memories. I am the worst at this. I am a fantasy man, hand over fist. I'm a writer. I'm a creator. I'm always thinking about how it can be better, how it can become this, that, these, or those. Um, so much my wife's like, "Can you just focus on this? Like right now, not tomorrow, not the next day, right now. Can you enjoy the right now?" That's why I have my cloud hopper, my scolecite, right? That's what I call it, my cloud hopper, to remind me not to always be up in the clouds. Get back down to earth. That's why I have on my tuning in, I have Jasper for grounding me, for grounding my energies, grounding my frequencies, right? That's why I bought this skull the other day, the yin and the yang, the split. And I don't want to have a hole, right? I want to be full. And that's what we have to strive to do. We have to strive to be full. As long as we strive, as long as we're doing something. So Anne Marie Young says, I have so many ideas, but no get up and go. Anne Marie, I highly recommend the book Why Start With Why by Sid. I can't think of his last name. But it starts with why. Start with why, not how or what, but start with why. Why is this my idea? Why is this? Like I said, Tim Phillips, the great acting teacher out of Atlanta and New York, recommended that book to me, and I started reading it. I'm like, oh my god, that's a great book. I love that book. It's a great book. I love it. I love it so much. And I read it and I listened to audio tape. It's a great book. I think it's Start With Why or Why Start With Why. Either or, you can find it. It's a great book. Why leaders eat last. It has to start with why. I think that's what it is. I've recommended it so many times I should know the damn title. Okay. So y'all ready to pull some divine abundance cards? Are y'all ready? Are you ready for some divine abundance cards? By Tasha Silver. Look at this little beautiful deck. Tasha Silver's beautiful deck here. So this is the holiday season. We're gonna just, here we go. Bum bum ba da 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 da. Hello, Jenny. This is a new viewer. Hello, Jenny. We got to welcome Jenny, right? So here we go. Welcome, Jenny. Welcome to Sundays with Suits. Raise a glass, raise a glass, raise whatever serves your task. Welcome to Sundays with Suits. Bow, 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 bow. All right, Jenny. So, oh, here we go. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Oh, I'm Black Irish. I used to be able to do the accent. I can't do it right now. I apologize. Oh, Love Ireland. I studied at the Gaiety School of Acting for a semester. So, your divine flow. So, here's the divine flow. Here's your card right here. Look at this. Divine flow. See that beautiful card there? Divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence all. I can speak. This happens at my other job too. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I gotta tell y'all something before I stop. So I work at a call center for my other job, and I went to school to speak, to be an actor. I'll be damned. I'm like, hello, my name is Bill. How are you doing? Well, thank you for calling the place that I work. This is so and so. How may I assist you? But yeah, it's bad. All right. So divine flow. Let me try this again. Yeah, 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 yeah. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all cost. So we have the divine flow. So put this card over here. Boom. Boom, 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 ba ba boom, boom, ba ba boom, boom, da 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 doom, doom, da 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 doom, doom. Anne Marie Young, this is for you. Anne Marie Young, this card is for you. Surely. Do, 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 do. So for Emery Young, we got ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. So that tells me somebody out there has a hard time accepting things because they may think there are strings attached. They may believe if they accept something here, there, anywhere, everywhere, guess what? If they do, something will come at a cost. Sometimes a gift is just a gift. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. All right. Jenny, 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 are you ready? Are you ready to pull a card, Jenny? Are you ready? All right, I guess she's ready. She's ready. All right, here we go. Ready? All right. One, two, three. Your path. Dear Lord, or source, or whatever you're connected to, please help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So this tells me that when you're investigating, you need to be very open, right? You need to be very open, but yet closed. Now you might say, Suits, what the hell does that mean? I am confused. Open yet closed. You need to be open to possibilities, but you need to be closed if you don't know what those possibilities can possibly bring you, right? A knight does not just go into battle without knowing why he or she is fighting. There is a purpose, there is a reason, there is a thing. Why am I doing this? Why? Why am I going into battle? Because it follows my code. Why am I going into this house? Um, where I know I've had 3 colleagues go before, 3 different teams. A lot of paranormal investigators we have this situation; they'll understand it. Um, I I'm now almost 40, and I recently came to this experience. I never thought that when someone said, "Hey, come investigate my house or my home," that and like I said, I have this call that I've just been avoiding. I think every paranormal investigator's had that too, where you just know they can put lipstick on the shit, right? They can put it's not going to be anything different. It's going to be a dump, right? It's going to be smelly. It's going to be bad. It's going to not be good, right? So we have to follow our path. And so after tonight, after this call, I'm going to make that after this show. I'm going to make this phone call. Um, we have to decide where we stand as investigators, as holistic workers, as light workers. We have to understand that our path, though it may be a difficult one, a complex one, our path is our path. We may share that path with some people. During the holiday season, we share it with a lot of ghosts. A lot of ghosts. Spirit loves to be around people. Loves it. Loves it. The energy just is like a, a boon for them. You know, and you feel. I can't tell you how many times I've been around. I think it was last Christmas, or maybe last Christmas before. Had to be Christmas before, and I was sitting there, and I was like, I love being a medium. I love seeing things. I can't tell anybody in my family, but I love being a medium. I mean, they know I'm a medium, but I'm talking about that time what I saw. It was just a gift in the universe between me and universe. My path. My path. All right, here we go. Make sure y'all stay tuned next because Greg is back with Ghost Box Live. Make sure you're staying tuned. Guidance. Somebody needs some guidance. Got that yellow core. So that's telling me we need to hear a little bit of yellow. So we're going to play that yellow frequency. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Hold on. Okay. So guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. If you're looking for something, one of the greatest sayings I ever got when I was in training, if you go out looking for the devil, devil's going to find you. If you go out looking for salvation, salvation's going to find you. If you go out looking for love, love's going to find you. But you might not find the love you're looking for. If you go out looking for the devil, right, you're not going to find the devil you're looking for. If you go out looking, looking, and you don't embrace the suck, oh, I would love to be on your show. I'd love it. Just let me know. You can email me or you can go to the eccentric medium at gmail.com. I'm there, the eccentric medium. That's my Instagram right there. I'm not really much of a social media guy, but I'm here. So I would love to be on your show. We'll make it work. I'm so excited. Guidance, right? Like I said, I give a big shout out to we have a brother right now in the paranormal world. He's going there's some stuff. So you just want to send out light and love. I know you're Irish. Well, I can do an Irish accent when I want to. Well, just not yet. I can't do. I'll do it for you. They thought I was Irish when I was there. All right. There we go. Here's another one. Liberation. A lot of people in the holidays are like, I'm finally free of the bullshit. Finally free of the bullshit. So someone might be working with dragonfly frequency, which to me, that tells me that you're working with a different type of dragon. And y'all all know I love my dragons. I don't know if y'all can see them right there. I'm always afraid I'm going to break it. There's one of the dragons. Again, this is from the Oriental shop here in town. My details. She wants my details. Did you hear that? Look at that guidance. Oh my God. Okay. You can email me at sundayswithsuits@gmail.com. The eccentric medium at gmail.com. Go to suitshealy.com if you want my story. And I feel liberated. I feel liberated. All right. Liberation and limitlessness. Ooh, look. Look at these two cards. All right. So see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can cause you to have anything in anyone. Now, when you hear that, that does not mean, oh, I'm going to set my mind out there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set my mind out there. And for some reason, I can't do my damn Irish. Jenny, I'm very upset right now because I can usually do my Irish accent, and I can't do it when you're on the phone. Can't do it. I'll work on it. I usually can do it, damn it. I'm sad. I'm really sad right now. Okay, liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. I watched the was it the Jerry Girls? The Jerry no Dairy Girls. The Dairy Girls. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. This happens a lot with younger people. So this tells me one of y'all might have a daughter or a son, and I hope you'll have to voicemail me. That's a new one. I thought it was email. Am I that damn old? Holy shit. All right. Anyway, so we're dealing with people who don't know their identity. With young people, it's really hard. When I work with young people in the theater and with their training, and you try to explain to them, oh, I can get the accent. You know what? I'm gonna get it, and I can do it. I'll get it. I'll do it for the next one. I'll do it for the next one. I'll practice this week and get it for you. Aw, you know when one of your cats is gone and you get a message from them. This is I had a black cat I lost right when my about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and then Avalon disappeared, and then we got another black cat that I call Excalibur Midnight. It's the only cat that will not come up to me. Only cat I've ever had that will not come up to me and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" The deepening. And what that means is once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of universe, of God, of source. All right. So we got some cards here for the end. And since we have an Irish lady, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open some fairies. Right? And then maybe I can do an Irish accent before the night's over. I can't believe I can't do my Irish accent. It's like performance anxiety or something. I don't know what the hell it is. This is crazy. Okay. So this has never been opened, as you can see. Right? Right? Still. And this is how I do my readings. So if you do an hour reading with me, we get a deck of cards that I've never seen before. I believe that if you're going to invest in me, I'm going to invest in you, and we're both going to be on an even playing field. So as you can see, the Fairy Blessing cards by Blue Angel, another great publishing company. Again, not a sponsor, not yet. One day. So here we go. It's about my spirit's quartz. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. I know some of my stone people are like, what are you doing using a stone to open up a card deck? That is sacrilegious. Let me tell you. All right, here we go. But it worked, damn it. It worked. Again, never seen it. Never seen. So it could say, like, Suits is the best in the world, is what it could say. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Who's ready? Pew. Oh, it's a great deck. I can already feel the beautiful energy. Okay. So make sure y'all telling y'all's friends, your foes, your countrymen, your Irishmen, your Englishmen, English ladies, Irish women, your paranormal brothers and sisters to come back here next week at 8:30 live on the Things Network, Sundays with Suits. We're going to have a good time. I one day want to have 20 viewers. That is what I am manifesting for 2022. Or 22 viewers. How about that? 22 viewers, one show. We can do it. All right. Here we go. So like and share this, if you will. So raise your glass, raise your flask, whatever serves your task. Are you ready? Oh, well, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. That's still English. Damn it, the hell. What the bloody hell. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, here's a card. Let's see. The gift of sharing. Tell me that's not amazing. She's sharing to her page. That's a gift, right? That's a gift. That is a gift. So, here we go. Duh, duh, duh. All right, the gift of sharing. So someone, we have a goldfish up there, so that's a treasure. So someone sharing treasure with somebody in the, I'll get it. I'll get it in a second. Just give me a second. Just give me one line. Well, I've never had this not happen. I can usually do an Irish accent. This is really, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's not almost. He said Irish, not yet. We'll get there. Damn it to hell. All right. The blessing of the shining ones. So this tells me that somebody has someone on the other side who is shining their love to you, shining their love to you, shining bright. This is probably, I feel like this is probably a young female who passed away, who you probably used to party with. Uh, this person is coming to you and saying, "Hey, raise some wine glass for me this holiday season." Even though I can't drink it. I can smell it. Maybe I can smell it. Maybe spirits can smell. We don't know. We don't know how spirit works. People pour. You hear about pouring, wine and stuff on, the trees and to share it with your brothers and sisters who passed away. Um, Different cultures share different things, but I think this blessing of the shining ones is something for all of us to have. But we make sure that everyone that has been here and influenced us, right, have been our atlas, right, have been our atlas, um, that we are honoring them. As we honor them, we grow. Through honor, we grow, and as we grow, we honor, right, and that's the key. That's the key. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Um, so let's see. Let's try something else. So we all have that one place that we go. I was talking to an investigator recently, and we were talking about investigating and how you have to decide. Some places you'll never go again. Some places you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Can't pay me enough money. Can't pay me enough money. Won't do it. That's not it either. Damn it, the hell. Damn it, a gift of laughter. Look at that. Did I make anybody laugh with that one? Maybe that was what that was. That pink. So remember that pink is that grounding stone, right? People say, "Oh, I need rose quartz. I need rose quartz for love. I need rose quartz for love. It's what I need." But it's not. It's not. Rose quartz is a red stone, which is a grounding stone, right? It's a grounding stone, root stone. So we have to make damn sure. That's what a lot of people get. I had a great friend of mine. I still have a great friend of mine. I'm speaking like the person's like past. The person's very much alive. That person probably like, "What in the hell, Suits? What in the hell, man? I'm still much alive." I had all these stones in my previous home, and they were just in boxes and stuff. And this before I really started embracing the suck of life. And when I say think of suck, I think of portal. Like opening up, like sucking you in and bringing you this whole new existence and this whole new life. And this individual almost could talk to the stones. Like I'm telling you, he's an amazing, amazing worker. If I have permission, I'll bring him on the show one day so he can talk. And if y'all want to be on the show, please let me know. Email me at Sundays with Suits. And yeah. So here we go. All right. Look at this. A blessing of the wild within. Look at that. Hello, Bridget Connolly. Bridget Connolly. Damn it, the hell. God, I'm so upset I can't do my Irish accent right now. I'm so upset. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Not even funny. Not even funny, man. Not even funny. I'm gonna cry. I might cry just a little bit. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Okay. I'm waiting. I know you're waiting. I'll get there. Just give me a little second. Just I'm waiting for Godot, right? Hey, I'll make a deal with y'all. If you can tell me, let's see how many people are researchers here, what Godot means, I will give you a 10-minute free reading and why everyone thinks it's God, but it's Beckett. Samuel Beckett, if you don't know who Samuel Beckett is, an amazing writer. Waiting for Godot, Endgame, Craps Tapes. Highly recommend it if you're a paranormal investigator. Very much mental working. Okay. Well, I know you're waiting, and you can wait for Godot because it's not going to happen tonight. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't. You know what? Damn this. Hold on. Well, no, because that's copyright. Can't do that either. Damn it to hell. All right. So, blessing of the heart's calling. So, what this tells me is someone's maybe thinking about getting back out there on the pony. My pony, let's ride it. Right? I'm not gonna sing that song. That's probably totally inappropriate. Do not cancel me. Do not cancel me. Okay. So, a blessing of the heart's calling. And so this tells me that you're working with horse and you're working with understanding who you are as a person. And you're working with that energy. Let me show you all my horse. I collect these. They're very hard to find. But if you see this is the horse of Gansu, right? Like, they're very hard to find. I know because I went on Amazon because I'm getting one for a friend of mine. And but this is my symbol for work and play. The horse is the worker and the bird is playing. But there's a balance here, and you have to have it. You have to have the balance of work and play. So when you're out there looking for love in all the wrong places, and that heart's calling, the heart calls to you. Do you answer the phone? Or do you go to voicemail and you leave it alone? A blessing on the heart's calling, right? So look at that beautiful card. Look at that beautiful card. It is a beautiful card. And that's what I tell people. I had a conversation with my wife the other day. There's this great deck that I want to get. These Russian fortune telling cards. And another thing, like, here's the thing: people will get these cards and stuff, and they'll be like, marketing people getting a room together. Am I on the book of face? Bridget, do you want to answer that question? Am I on the book of face? It's Seth David Suits Haley. That's who I am. Seth David Suits Haley. That's me. Oh, yes, I am. All right. Boom. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ooh. We got some really interesting cards coming. So I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all know about the Omicron and all this other stuff, that's going on. There's some all during the holidays. People want to bring you down. The universe wants to bring you down. Sometimes you're like, I'm on cloud nine tonight, singing my song with wine and delight. But I don't drink, so I can't do that. I'm on cloud nine tonight, drinking Coca-Cola and chocolate milk. All right. And then someone comes in and says, hey, you know what? Chocolate milk, that's the work of the devil. What? Why? Because it's sweet? Why? I don't understand. I'm confused. I like chocolate milk. I like Coke too. I don't say I'm confused. We got 6 people watching. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. Like, share this video if you will, please. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure y'all stay in tune for Greg, who's next with Ghostbox Live. All right. The blessing. Okay. So I don't know who this is, so I have to look it up. So here we go. Y'all never thought somebody would be reading to y'all, right? On a Sunday, right? A blessing of Anam Kara. Now, if I just turn to it, that'd be awesome. But I'll be like, Suits, I don't want you to read to me. I'm a grown ass person. But maybe not. Maybe you're like, oh, I love this. Okay. No, my jokes. They'll be like, you do not have permission to read our book online, so the blessing of Anam Kara, the fairy gift of soul friend who is a boon to your life. The blessing is essential to all of us. For to be without Anama is, as the fairy goddess Bridget said, to be a body without a head. We all have that friend who keeps us in line, or we have that lover. Like my wife, if I did not have my head attached, it would be gone. It would be gone. If she did not call me in the morning to wake up and say, hey, you got work at 3 o'clock, and she called me at 2 because she knows it takes me an hour to get ready, I have problems. We all have that person. And I apologize to the Irish if I'm saying this wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. The Namakara is a blessing of the soul friend, a person who is loving and compassionately honest with us, to whom we can share the least of ourselves and be accepted and heard. The Namakara could be a friend, a lover, a mentor, a teacher, a therapist. And there's nearly always a spiritual dimension to the interactions. So the fairies bless you now with the gift of the Namakara, the friend who will know your yearnings and gently guide you from their fruition. A friend who treats you well, but who does not accept the lies to tell yourself. Lay your burdens down with them, and they will show you a part of yourself you may have forgotten. So you can rise up again and be part of the world, your spirit flourishing in the richness of all that is about you. It is a friend who blesses you with their insights and gifts, and from whom you can borrow strength with all of yours, is it when you are at your lowest. May be blessed with the friend of the soul who will nurture your spirit till your visions, tend to your visions, hear you without judgment, advise you without criticism, and rejoice in your golden moments. May the fairy gift of the Namakara be yours, friend, and may your soul feel the balm of true companionship of the soul. Oh, I did it! Oh, I did it! I told you I could do it! Damn right I did it! Hey! Look at that! Look at that, look at that, look at that. Bring that fairy energy. Bring that fairy energy. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Bring that fairy energy. Bring that fairy energy. Oh, yeah. Do it well. Oh, yeah. So that's that card right there. I'll do it again. All kinds. You want me to? Oh, my God, it's great. It's a craziness. This guy can't talk. He's Irish. He's a southerner from Mississippi. What the hell? Well, I go Scottish, you know. Sometimes I do it just a little bit of this challenge, you know. I'm not looking to give horse in the mouth, you know. All right. A blessing of liminal space. So I'm gonna look what that is. Again, this is Lucy Cavendish. If you are a reader, and I tell people, a lot of paranormal investigators don't use cards in investigations, but I think it's essential. I think it's just as much as using a ghost box or using a any kind of tool. This is what I call a bordered tool. And this is why it's a bordered tool. A bordered tool, a BT, is this. You have what it is. There's no interpretation, right? If you say, Spirit, help me understand why you're here, and you pull number 25. Right, let's just see. Ooh. Wait, what? Oh, 28. The blessing of liminal space. The fairy gift of gateway, sacred sites, and enchanted items. You can't make that shit up. Look, that's why I love doing this. That's why I'm so grateful to the Things Network. I'm so thankful to my dedicated audience. I appreciate it. So it says, Dear Fairy, friend, you have reached a great moment, the point where you can receive the blessing of liminal space and time. The gateway. The gateway. The moment the choice is here. Let the liminal in the in-between become more and more a part to you. May the blessings of the sunrises with the dawn colors and sweet blessings be yours. And may the sunsets with their richness and splendor and their message of coming rest be yours too. But then between spaces, the place where the fairies can reach you so easily and where you can discover your own inner magic be yours. To be blessed with the liminals, to be blessed with the deeper magic of the natural world, to have the ability to step outside of the human rush and stress, and where I deeply experience the place, quiet spaces within nature that are so often offered, yet so rarely accepted. Find yourself within the sacred grove of the wise trees. Find the space between the worlds and walk a while with the guides, the fairy kin, who love you and wish to be of assistance to you. Find your way into the magic of your own life and soul, and leave behind the push and the stress that strips the world of its magic. May your intuition flow easily and accurately. May there be a sense of deep peace and trust within the world. And may you know that there is an abundance well of magic and fairy wisdom awaiting you. Every day, every hour within these sacred spaces and places, find the space in between, find the magic that dwells within. Find the fairy circle in the field and let yourself be blessed again and again with the blessings of the enchanted ones. The sacred spaces that lie all about us. Blessings of the liminal to you, fairy friend. So, if you had that during a investigation, right, and you're trying to understand a gateway, say the team, right? So you have 6 or 7 cards, right? The client tells you, says, "Hey, I feel because I've been watching way too much TV, and I'm the reason why rednecks should not have cable," right? And I can say that because I am a redneck. So thank you so much for sharing that, Ginny Sullivan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What part of Ireland are you in? What part of Ireland? Me and my wife, I want to go to Dublin. I went to Dublin. I loved it so much. So anyway, when you have these cards, and you know it's a way that you can get clarity, right? With these bordered this bordered evidence, right? So the client calls you. All righty, that's awesome. So my name is originally O'Healy. That's what it was originally. So I'll show you my coat of arms. It's Irish as all hell. Look at that. That's my coat of arms. Healy. I'm still getting used to these damn cameras. Damn it, the hell. Mother. There it is. Anyway. So we have to look at the world, right? And when we're investigating, it's really hard. And I've told people one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of investigation anymore is it's become so saturated with people who are either looking for attention, right? They have been playing with shit that they should not have played with. They have been watching way too much TV. They have called weekend warriors in who don't know what the hell they're doing, right? We talked about this, and I'm not trying to discredit anybody by any means, right? I don't know everything, but I know some shit. That's another one of my shirts. Don't be a dump truck. I'm gonna make some shirts. My wife's a graphic designer and is an amazing marketing individual. So eventually, that shit's gonna happen. Maybe that should be a shirt too. Eventually, shit's gonna happen. I also said I'm working on getting some coins made, a lot like this. Right? It's going to say Uga Sooth and healing is life and life is healing. So, like I said, I have an 11-month-old. I have a full-time job. We all do. We all have these things. There's no excuses. There's no excuses, my boy. So But just imagine if you pulled this card, that liminal space card, and you were in an investigation, and the client had said, I feel like there's a gateway. And you pulled that card because you had 10 cards, and that was one of the cards because they said, hey, this is a gateway. And you pull that card, right? And you have 10 cards, right? That right there would tell you, guess what? Holy shit. Frequency, protected frequency too. Because I think fairies, angel, I have that, I believe that, my belief, Suitsi belief, a fairy is angelic energy. Maybe a little mischievous, but hardly ever, pure. A blessing of time, right? We have these times that are coming. And as these times are coming, we have to understand that we're alive. We're living as investigators there's so many investigators who don't know how to embrace the suck of life, right? And I know somebody in the military can say, if you're using the suck wrong, and I apologize again. I apologize. I feel like when I hear that expression, like I said, I think about being sucked in through a portal, right? I know that's not what it means. So I apologize if I've offended anybody. That's the last thing I want to do. But a blessing of time. Now, I want y'all to look at this card right here, right? And I want you to see the beautiful wings on here, right? The wings, if you see most fairies in different time periods and different things, you'll see some have these beautiful, fully formed wings, right? And then some artists have chosen not to show these few beautiful formed wings. No, these wings are damaged. These wings are still there, but they're not there. I think about the show Lucifer. If you have not watched Lucifer on Netflix, I highly recommend it. It was on Fox, and the Netflix was like, that's a really damn good show. And this is before HBO Max, because if HBO Max would have been like, hey, you know what? We want that show, and we're going to make it awesome. Like, that's about time. Again, timing. It's precious. It's precious, right? It is precious. I saw a thing about Michael Keaton today, right? And it showed, they called him the Lord of the Wing because he has played 4 different birds, right? I would love to see a reading with him just to see if bird energy was in his aura, you know. But the blessing of time, I think we have to. I'm gonna read that because I think it's important. I think with the holiday season, everybody says, I just wanted more. I wanted more time. I needed to have more time. When I start writing, I'm writing a play right now. Eventually a screenplay, and that's how my screenplay started. I started plays first. I'm like, well, that's not fit for the stage. I'm gonna do it over here. But one of the main themes in that is somebody battling time. Battling time. And when you're battling time and not working with time, I talk about working with dragon, right, and not chasing the dragon. And I don't mean the drug, thing. I'm talking about really working with dragon, working with that frequency. And I really believe 2022, 2023, 2024, and on, you're going to see a lot of mythical fantasy kind of elements come into the mainstay, right? You know how? Through the media. If you're not watching The Wheel of Time on Amazon, I highly recommend it. Robert Jordan's book, I highly recommend it. It's very, very good. If you're not watching The Witcher, throw a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. I mean, I love that song so much. I'll listen to it all the time. I probably just sang it wrong. People are like, canceled. But no, really. What name is Irish? Bridget A. Connolly is very Irish. Very, very Irish. Very, very Irish. All right, so here we go. Blessing of time. The fairy gift of expansive time, sufficient to do all that is needed, full enough to experience all joy. Man, talk about a tattoo. Can you imagine going to a tattoo parlor? I don't have tattoos, but saying, "Hey, I want this, but I want it like in, I don't know, runes or something. I want that. I want that. I want this," and a thing. Um, for fairy beings and for us all, in truth, time moves in cycles and patterns that are inherent in nature and the cosmos. When you receive the gift of fairy time, you too will slow down and yet be able to do more and easily. For the stress of the human clock hours will fade away. Time is a construct. Side note from Suits Healy. You will smoothly navigate the time available to you, and the pressure of what must be done and by when will be solved by time expanding in amazing ways. For fairies have this gift of time bending and shaping, and they offer it to you. Now, friend, they offer you this ability to be able to sit within the expanded hour. The expanded hour. Tell me that's not an awesome name for a book. That is an awesome name for a book, The Expanded Hour. Wow, it's amazing the shit you get when you're reading. It really is. Knowing that there is sufficient time for you to do what is to be done. So you may focus more on what is most precious for you to do, most worthy of your thoughts and energies. That's very, very important. What is worthy of your time and energy? You know, I told you years ago I was dating a person and they were like, I want a return on my investment, right? And when someone says that to you at first, you're like, what the huh? And then you realize that that person has invested their time in you. They want they want to see something, anything. If it's picking up the clothes from the bathroom, right? Or they want to come home and see the front porch cleaned, right? Uh, because they know you like steak, and they know you like Coca-Cola, and they know this and they know that, right? It's very important that when someone invests their time in you, right, that you show them a return on their investment. It's very, very important. I can't tell you how important it is. Um, they offer you this ability to be able to stir within the expanded hour. Again, I love that title. Knowing that there's sufficient time for you to do what is to be done. So you may focus more on what is more precious for you to do. Most worthy of your thoughts and energies, and know all will flow. So knowing these things, knowing is important. Knowing you have the time, right? I used to be so worried as an actor and a storyteller, and I would freak out. Be like, oh my god, I don't have the time, right? If I'm not on TV by this date, right, then it's never going to happen. If I don't book something by this, if I'm not my empire is not built by the time I'm 39, 40, 45, whatever, is never going to happen. If I put those limits on me, guess what? I'm limiting myself. I'm forcing an outcome and not letting the outcome flow in, not embracing the suck of the world, not embracing that portal to open. I'm forcing that portal. And when you force a portal, quote unquote, you can guess what happens. It's like people, you study people who study mages and they study, the world of fantasy. Everybody tells you when you force energy, it happens in Reiki all the time. People, I just want the pain gone, right? And they're sitting there and they're like, listen, I will pay you as much as I will pay you to do your energy work on me. I want it gone. And some people have to decide, and you know, it, speaking from personal experience, I've seen people, I've seen workers of light lose their light to the almighty dollar, lose their light to the almighty dollar. And one I'm going to do a 3-part episode on how to make finances, how to make income while maintaining your spirit, because it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. And how to do that. So if that's something you're interested in, please email me at sundayswithsuits@gmail.com or the eccentricmedium@gmail.com. I'd love to hear some ideas Joe would like to hear about. So let me finish this. I apologize for not finishing. When the fairy blessing comes to you, there will be a flowing quality to the days, a sense that is all unfolding and that all is well. You have opened up more time and in a healthy, meaningful way. You will find the time to care for your own self, to share time with friends, to celebrate, and to love all that has troubled you and pressured you will come more easily to you. With this gift, when used well, you can complete beloved projects, spend your days doing what you love, and have nights filled with company and love, or peaceful solitude and rest, or both. Pardon my sniffles. Uh, that was very rude of me. I apologize. Let the fairy gift of expansive, supportive, and magical time be yours, my friend. And feel the gift uplift you and give you the gift of freedom of the hours that belong to you. Time belongs to you. It belongs to us. That's a suits thing. That was not in here. Blessing of fairy time to you, my friend. That was in here. Okay. I also, people have different beliefs on religion and such. This right here saved me. This book right here, read it every night, every day. Uh, and sometimes I'll mess up. I got like a couple of days, a couple of weeks. Um, be honest, I stopped for a while because I didn't know how to truly embrace what I was experiencing in my life. So, The Utmost for the Highest by Oswald Chambers, uh, just a really good connection to source. Very good connection to source. Um, so we got the card. So this is how we do the finishing. Are y'all ready for the sniffles? Here we go. We'll mix the cards up. This is a reading for y'all for the rest of the week, for Christmas and for all the holidays and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate your support, your heart, your time. You didn't have to be here. You chose to be here. Anne Marie Young, let me see what she says. Power and greed are the biggest downfall of life. Makes many believe they are better than others. Yes, that's so true. Okay. So I'm going to sing a song. How about that? I'm not a great singer, but my heart's in it. How about that? Here we go. Your path. So, universe, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. Help me see, help me feel, help me understand. My path, your path, we're all trying to get to Oz. So let's get some guidance from different ways, my friend. Let's sail on a ship, see the stars, see the moon, watch the dolphins and the mermaids and the sharks and the Portuguese man of wars. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. So when you connect with Source and understand, you will be ahead, my friend. You will have limitless possibilities. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone at any time. So you are free, liberated from bondage, my friend. Get on that dragonfly and ride, my friend. The doubts and fears still come up, but you're high up, my friend. And you can say, bye bye, my friend. I'm here with the doves and the butterflies and the dragonflies. And I'm not going to let the doubts limit me again. Because I have a deeper understanding and the connections are abounding. Once you're on this earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping. You will learn to detach. You will learn to surrender. And that will bring you to peace with God and universe and source, my friend. And let's get ready to laugh and smile and have some joy. We deserve it, my friend, my fairy friend. Get on up, enjoy the blessing of the wild within. Come on, stand. Get on top of that bar, my friend. Lift your heart and lift your mind, for the heart's calling. Bring the shining ones from the past. Let 'em come on in. Share that wine glass, share that milk, share that memory, share that time. Light a candle, remember the sharing they gave you when they were alive. Because that is a blessing for all time. Because of liminal space, those gateways are coming. Get ready, those holiday seasons are coming. They're gonna bring light and love. They're gonna bring so many things, so many beautiful memories, so many amazing things. So get up on your chair, go out to your garden, go out to your sea, your cliff, your mountain, your woods. Might be a car, might be a stage, it can be anything. And just remember that one little thing that someone who told you and touched your heart. It opened your mind and made you feel like you were a part. It reminded you that you were stronger and more powerful than anything, and that we were all connected in the circle of love, my dear friend. The divine flow, it begins. Circle, eventually, one sublime desire will take precedence over all the others. To follow the source, the energy, the flow, at all cost, at all cost. Oh, don't you know? Oh, don't you know? The ease, it will come and it will go. Life is ever changing. Life is ever changing. We are ever changing. We are ever loving. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive the blessings. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. So onward and upward, and greatness abounds. Soak up that energy, my friends, for creativity abounds. Healing is life, and life is healing. My name is Seth David Suits Healy. This has been Sundays with Suits, episode 8. Be back here next week, same time on Thing Station, 8:30. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your countrymen. Like and share this video if you feel that someone needs to be entertained, possibly enlightened, possibly annoyed, possibly there's a message here that you're like, oh my God, you've got to see this crazy son of a bitch. He's here. He's crazy. Oh, he's crazy, but he's entertaining. And he finally did the Irish accent. I asked him to. He finally did it. This is probably going to come back and bite me in the ass one day. I have a feeling. All right, so I'm going to pull one more card for everybody. Something really good. Something great. Something gravy. Okay. Make sure you're staying tuned. Greg's got a great show ahead. Ooh, we got the Crow. Communication, transformation, story, and universal law. If you're interested in a reading, go to suitshealy.com. Follow me on social media. Eventually, hopefully by this time next year, probably before then. I'm just being real. I'm tired of putting limits on myself. But you gotta be real with yourself, right? So here's your ship. Sail away. Get in your ocean. Follow those stars. Connect with that divine source. Make sure you're supporting your local communities, your local theaters, your local bars, your local entertainment venues, uh, your paranormal communities, para-unity places, connecting like here at the Things Network. We are here to help people, to educate people, to entertain people, to enlighten, love, support. Again, special intention set out. Y'all all know who for. Um, we're going to give a blessing with a fairy card for that individual. Here we go. Ready? And we'll end on this. A blessing of connection. So we all are connected. We're all apart. We all love and we all want to be loved. And we all want to find that place. Highly recommend that book. Start with Why. Why Start with Why by Sid. I can't ever pronounce his last name, but you can look it up. Why Leaders Eat Last. Great book. If you're an entertainer of any kind, Audition for the Career, Not the Job by Tim Phillips. Another great book. Oriental Shop here in Jackson, Mississippi. You can follow him on Facebook. Journey There Wands. Autumn, who made this and made almost all my tools. My wife's very, very picky, very, very picky. And when she had this commissioned, I was like, she knows great work. So again, no sponsorship, no nothing. This is just, I like people to be noticed and be recognized for their hard work. All right. So light and love, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. To all those who have lost somebody, I send my love and light to you. They may have gone from this plane, but they are there sitting next to you during this holiday season, laughing and crying with you, just like you are, missing you. So light a candle for them, light a candle for those who are forgotten. People sometimes, are forgotten. The greatest of people we didn't even know. So light a candle for them, and find your happiness. If you have a topic for the show and you want to have us, you say, "Hey, Suits, I really interested in this." I'm not promising you I'll talk about it, but I'll do my best. Or if you ever want to be on the show, or you're like, "Oh, we want you on our show," which is, I've had a couple of those offers, which I'm so honored and thrilled, and I can't wait for the new year for that to happen. Make sure you go see Spider-Man. I'm going to see it on Wednesday, hopefully in IMAX. Make sure you are watching The Witcher, watching Wheel of Time. Make sure you're watching Ghostbox Live with Greg next, and all the other shows. Hey Boo, all the shows, Petri Dish, all these great shows on Things Network. There's so many. I know I'm leaving so many out, but much love and light to all you. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Soak up your humanity, create your art, make your impact with the army of now, so we don't have to have armies tomorrow. No, we're going to dance. We're going to sing. We're going to entertain. That's what we're going to do. No mask, no gloves. No, we are going to be like fairies riding through the woods, going from tree stump to tree stump, from river to river, from star to star. So, Ooga Suits, my friends, soak up that humanity. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Healing is life, and life is healing. Be the change, transform, and grow and love. Oh, there's Greg. We got Greg. Bye, Greg. Bye, Greg. Y'all better say, hey, Greg, because Greg's coming on right now. Later, guys. Love you. Merry Christmas. Oh!